Welcome to Irish Illustrated at irishillustrated.com. I'm Kevin Sinclair, and we've all been talking about Carnell Tate, Rodney Gallagher, Malik Elzy, these exciting wide receiver recruits for months, if not over a year. There's two I really want to focus on, two we maybe haven't been talking about quite as much about, in Tyler Williams out of Florida and Christian Hamilton out of North Carolina, and I'll show you why. Starting with Tyler Williams out of Lakeland, Florida. This is a guy about 6'4", around 190 pounds. Sort of a little bit leaner version of Deion Colzie with, it looks like, more speed than we saw from Colzie. Certainly more quickness, maybe a 40-yard dash time, long speed might be quite similar. But, you know, this is a guy in terms of his stature is quite similar. Again, a bit more streamlined, a little leaner. But what we see here in these first few plays is that this is a tall 6'4" receiver who is a vertical threat. He can get deep down the field, seems to consistently get back behind the defense. You watch his highlight film, it's sort of vertical after vertical of him just beating defensive backs deep. That's versus Apopka High School in Florida. Loaded with, Division I defensive backs and just talent across the board. And then you can see, on kick returns, anything that's just getting the ball in his hands, really good speed. There's only so many 6'4" and 6'5" receivers out there, and there's only so many among that group that have his kind of speed. And also, he's a dynamic basketball player known as a two-sport athlete, and here he is with the steal and the dunk in a recent game. As you can see here, really impressive athlete, and he's also a top-notch student. And then next up, Christian Hamilton. This is a playmaker's playmaker. He does a little bit of everything. Here he is out of the slot, getting a quick pass behind the line of scrimmage. Fantastic juke there to create some space, and then shows off his speed in sprinting down the sideline for a long touchdown. This is a guy who broke out on the scene as a freshman, who spoke with his head coach, Jupiter Wilson, on the weekend. Coach Wilson having played at North Carolina, and the Tar Heels a player for him. But yeah, a little bit of everything. Here he is out wide, so he plays in the slot, plays out wide as well on a vertical, a hitch and go. Again, gets behind the defense. We'll also see him out here. That's another look at that same route, a hitch and go. Burning the defense. See him here as a kick returner. Again, so out of the slot, catching balls behind the line of scrimmage and making plays. He'll beat you on verticals as a kick returner here. Also plays a defensive back for his program. Some stellar interceptions he showed in this last season as a junior. And then ball skills. His coach raved about his ball skills, so I took a look at that. Here he is with a nice catch in the back corner of the end zone. Here, it's a little bit blurry here, but here he is going up. A sprawling one-handed grab, keeping his feet just in bounds along the sideline. So you can throw in outstanding ball skills into the mix. But it's really out of the slot where I like him, and we'll see that here. And he's a tunnel screen, catching the ball, a very twitchy athlete. His body control and balance and making explosive jukes and just cutting to make defenders miss is really something that impresses me a great deal, but it's a little bit of everything in this prospect. When you land a Christian Hamilton, he could be a slot receiver for you. He can play out wide. He can beat you deep. He can take tunnel screens the distance. He's a great kick returner. He's got skills as a defensive back. And then, again, there's those ball skills. His coach raved about his catch radius. That is just, it's massive due to his ability to adjust to the football. And here he is again, a contested catch over the middle to wrap up this breakdown. There he is going up and just making a really impressive catch. So there it is. As you saw, really exciting players. Williams kind of with that size of a guy like a Deion Colzie, but also with some, deep speed, some really good playmaking ability there, a two-sport athlete. And then Christian Hamilton, I just love everything about his ability at about 6 foot, really explosive out of the slot, but he's certainly not just a guy who's pigeonholed as a slot receiver. He's very much dynamic out wide as well as a kick returner. Really exciting player, and that's why he's an All-American. Both should be visiting Notre Dame this offseason, and we'll keep an eye on that. But that's it for me. Thanks for tuning in to Irish Illustrated. I'm Kevin Sinclair.